I seek refuge in God Al-Samir Ali from the accursed Satan, in the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful, and through him we seek help, and may blessings and peace be upon Muhammad and his good and pure family. May God's blessings be upon Muhammad and his family and hasten their relief. I am sorry for the theory of development as a whole from Soba, I am not in a place. What led the listener or reader, and that is why I was unable to extract the source for it. Shamsky in contemporary American language, because the juxtaposition of Amrath Sain may be the same. You are a wonderful and powerful expression. He says that the progress and civilization of any nation depends on the extent of its understanding of the theory of development and recruitment. If you want, you can know the value of this nation. And the most advanced of this nation is that he is an annual Skafa of Ein Garija, a very nation. And your knowledge will be like your home. If you accept that everything is static, everything is as it is, it does not change, it does not change, it does not develop. If we need his knowledge, then give him. And this exists after this existing. If I believe that God is in charge every day, what remains is that we develop together. Yes. And they are cursed. This creation is hers. So between me and God. Anthropology stands or does not stand still. Can't stand it. Do you look? Am I going to assume the application to humans was the application what? Wrong, huh? Are you in doubt? About what? I'm having trouble with the app. Hanging, look. That's why no one disagrees. In many scientific circles and international institutions that number in the tens of thousands. Perhaps the percentage of believers in the theory of development. Generally speaking. Advanced biology. It is the development of the biology of GNU circuit. And that's what he said. But I wonder what it is. Present. Present. However, these are the sciences of paradise or the science of paradise and India. You are ignorant and fall into a person who reads wonders and wonders. But I find it reads. What do these people say? These are all genuine applications. Ha! Development of theoretical approaches. And so my dears. You are now the kindest of words. I did not stop at the theory, no less than 2-3 important lessons. Communications come to me. What about the bricks of theories of development? You are mocking the issue of atheists. May God reward you very much. You and those who deserve to fight. I am this conversation, dear friend of yours. In a frying pan somewhere else. What has occupied the world since 1001 times is Miocene and Zen time. But 1000 and a time muse. 50 seeks what? Until now. That is why they say theories do not equal development. With a revolution, except for the revolution of Copernicus. In astronomy Mulan. The entire astronomical system has ensured that human images are exchanged across the world. Wave to the center of the world. You are the center of the earth. Mulan recovered. If you repent, then it will be between me and God. Its supply is the entire earth relative to the course of the sun. What's going on? And relative to the billions of dollars, what comes from the stream? And behold, the earth had nothing to gather. Neither right nor right. Between me and God. This is arrogance, Maulana. Then it remains if you finish. This narcissism would not exist if it ended. Its height relative to the ground. And the ground for. This is the vision of Damanon. Kafranco Zemo. What a hut. I insist on seeing the world, shame on me. Very. I am the victim of the twam. A vision that makes me kneel in the world. It affects humans, animals, plants, and existence. Bringing you a new vision. It is important to explain God after proving whether this world has a creator or does not have a creator. So, I decided that he had a creator. According to subsequent evidence, its categories are understood. As previously mentioned, there are two syntaxes of the category. So this does not occur to the dear ones, and we will tell her what he might imagine for me. Let's go to the Book of Impurity. And you don't waste your time. The book Altaharsh changed the type of Ako Gadak Gershi. Between me and me, I thought that now there is a hadith about the hadith of knowledge in the hour, Al-Ansa, and its extent. Don't look at the platform for what you have. Don't look at the world centers. And between me, this case is over because they have a lot of it. That's why I wanted to see them from the next hour. They have the Thantiyar sauce. The third appears to be 20 Sagna. Yes. And Jed, I understand. What are the most important applications and validity of the theories? We said that the original theory in life science is Mulan's biology. The world of life. But one of its most important developments, confirmations, or manifestations is what is related to the social world. With sociological science. With sociology. See AZI, the International Arabic Encyclopedia. The empty volume, page 228. He ran the social network. This is no relation. Darwin has nothing to do with it. This application. Why apply it? Apply this theory. Wenya managed what social? Their belief is that individuals are within society. They compete for survival. The same theory of animals fighting each other. And survival, and for those who defile him. For whom is the reform? For the strongest, for the people. How will we do this, God willing, according to nature's will? I knew what it was like. Separation of deer. A flock of deer, Mulan. If there are non-genetic genes in which a genetic plan occurs. Now it's melted. Or paradise or mutation. His year. Do you brush it? Give I turned. Give this wrestler the rap. Of course, we stand with the law regarding the perpetrators. That is, any mutation that occurred after being copied was completed once and for all. Because the subsequent copies take the minion from the previous copy of the copy. I mean, like Kobe. If it becomes a plan in Cuba, you are the one who takes responsibility for it. Another Cuban. That's why Jenny's plan is trying to be erased. Do you disavow Sunai for her? This natural system is better than this. Your belief is biased. Do you want her? So it makes two senses. Ha! God's laws are very soft. But you have to discover so you can annihilate. You do not regret that God has come in the search for knowledge. The scientist means natural science. I long to know science. If my regret is after the non-mudger. Never. As for knowledge, it is my desire to know knowledge. Until you seek help from the law, until he is paralyzed. Otherwise, they would take him into space. If to know science. If he knows the laws of astronomy. It's hard to go up. Ha! With this, God willing, at the right time. At the time telephone. Your time is a phone, and this is their research. Their shrinkage. My fluff is fleeting. In the ephemerality of chaos. Which is one of the most important theories. What stands is the most important theory. Intelligent design. They are the gateway to chaos in the world. They want this story. They do not know the door of the most important ones. Science is the other side. Intelligent design theory is said to be. Never be. Two foundations are chaos. The natural science of the world's cove. His committee. If this law is adopted. It works now and tomorrow it will work. After you can benefit from it, you can't afford it. Never. Let the cayenne fly, you are safe. 450 tons. Tink with tang, sweetened to passion. Never fear and never be afraid. The laws of Tafshan have laws. If we deny that, they will not reward that. Among the laws is chaos. This, God willing, is their negativity. It's how chaos is an integral part of the laws. I have to reveal this thing. It is true that man has modern vision. What I believe in God is what it is. May God increase his children's ability to read and read more. Yahweh Alana is a paradise with a single zigzag, moving and moving like this, and every jamku. Akuf sees the new launch creating no problems. These problems are your problem. I found that evolution has changed. It shook the entire theological system. The entire ancient system. There is nothing wrong with that. There are solutions. There are solutions for this, God willing. Systems report on the ancient buildings of chemistry. And it was regulated by my modified voice. With my modified formula. Which is intelligent design. Is a new song made for her relationship in Al-Shaka? And if only I asked her what his brother was. Research. Al-Tabq says. Within the community. Create a relationship between him and God. This makes me happy. This is how I get the skewer. I'm stuttering an example of mercy for a mutation. This is because the deer is full of water, a breakthrough in the ability to move. More. I mean, if the nickel was walking at a speed of 70 kilometers. Does the fairy swat her mutation? Swat means 8 kilometers. Sheena means natural. Selection. Between him and God. So predatory animals. Fun. Prey. Aphids prey. To the prey of Abs 70. Whoever will be deleted from existence. And those who want to keep it as adults. Absuna. Because he wants one person to destroy all of them. If he feeds an abyss 60, then give him a nightingale and he will not sleep. If there is thickening and watering, it will thicken. This will not be disputed. And Al-Jawab. The one who killed me was shocked. With his epilepsy. I mean, it's faster. He quickly approached. And whenever there is anything but completeness, it is paradise. He kills people without a bite. Palin made his mark. That is why you will find that there is a direct relationship between him and God, his master. Is it the crabs they say it is? This is paranoid doubt. Ha! With the sins of Jenny Mulan. Are they very sight? With genetic mutations, God bless him. Are crabs heaven? His reason? To because he is elbowed and moaning. But he is suspicious of his gene. That's why you are his master. So princes shorten their lives. Do you decrease your lifespan? Yes, like Mufaddal. As in the answer, like a fetus? In peace, no. That's smart, get into this. After taper well. He says inside our radiators fusion in order to survive. And the superior individuals, groups, and dynasties become influential and powerful. I mean, I clash with them to survive for the strongest. The same, but at the layer in Mashama. Social Darwinism applies Shar's theories. Social Darwinism applies Charles Darwin's theories of evolution to the stages of society. What are the conditions? No hoeing. This is a resource. The second resource is ask. Second resource. Did you know everyone? The second resource is owned by him. Some writers on page 27. That's 28 in the same area. The 10 magazines from the International Arabic Distribution Company. Some writers say they exploit this theory to support their own views about society. Al-Amani Karl Marx compared the struggle for survival among the oppressive beings with the struggle for political control between the social classes. This conflict broke out between the social classes. Other writers and researchers relied on the idea of natural selection, etc., in anthropology. This is social life. So this application is GNU or AGNU. This social application in the social work of this theory. Come with us on intellectual application. For intellectual application, come with us to the book Atheists as I. Books of modern and contemporary atheists. At the end of the book, I called as, there is an appendix called Appendix 4, My Condolences, The Humanist Doctrine, by Huxley Mullaney, who responds. He knows the humanist doctrine. What is the truth of my condolences? Look at the exact situation of Mullen, Alarma in, page-wise, can, instead of dozens of books, this is enough for him, he knows what the humanist doctrine is. First, they do not believe in God, their theories in morality, their theories in spirituality, their theories in life. Their theories on relationships, all of them exist in a page and 19. This is his phrase. He says to him, I have begun to turn around, and man is the highest species of human being that has ever been produced, because he believes in their theories of Darwinian evolution. He says, lad past, unless we have reached the humility of his religion. Except for human beings. He says, an antenna, you have heard it produced in more than 2.5 billion birds. It is wonderful. I am fed up with evolution. I am counting. Mumel, 5 or 3 years, Mumel, 50 million years, Mumel, 1 billion years. What is new? What about 2.5 billion years that should have been suppressed? Majdat, but in the opposite case, it is better for Tibet Luv Dahi, Najdar Anger Blue, from Agdar Anger Blue, from Agdar Anger Blue, this is Najdar Anger Blue, from 2.5 billion years ago, I am Al-Shun, its beginnings, and Zagwan, and Nana arrived, I am Agdar, Ajar, Blue, with Ajdar, Maulana, and to him this is beautiful. They said between each other, this. They said, there is no God. The evidence coaxes him and transforms him from hypotheticals to theory, and from theory to law, and the evidence of the two sciences is welded. We are talking about their science, and we often talk about this and that. If you are in the interview, touch him. You ask what you have, then I turn it into a theory, then I turn it into what? Into a law. That says, before it, there is slow biological improvement. The process of blind natural selection was the result of blind natural selection because he does not believe in the existence of a creator. Beyond duration, it is the same duration that is blind and based on coincidence. It is clear that how many origins are subject to acceptance. And every promise of this kind of thing needs it. He needs the heavens of two widths, even what, so that you can believe Mulan. And if he decides not to destroy himself, there are at least in front of him cities like 1,000. The evolving time begins to distort it. He says to a vast imagination that will spread 2 billion people until the end of the madness of the power. We remain with the assumption of the argument. A liar says that there are some 2 billion people who are ignorant, but we are in favor of appreciating this process and before it is developed. This is in the forgiveness. I say, Mayat Sotash, I heard in the page, Mayatash. This is his statement. He says these steps that took the beginning of Wayno and the words of a human being. These steps took more than 500,000 years. 510 years. Of course, identity, we have not progressed and progressed. God, and after where did the first 2 Mulans come from? 500 million years ago. He says that man has not been able to begin to deserve the title of the dominant species except for about 100,000 years. If the history of this species is good, man has been dead for 1,000 years, and he was not destined to have sovereignty over the rest. This means that he subjugates everything except the one who approaches the year 10,000 years. What are the implications? This is my theory that living is a joy, and after the appearance of man in the entire surah, she is like a human being, the evolution continued within the limits. This new application turned around, but with a significant difference. The development of man was no longer biological, but became social and psychological. This is the madness of this social application, and this development takes place according to the device of cultural traditions, except that it leads to what he says, and ideas, beliefs, and ideology. Development in biology was not limited to biology, but rather evolution is what is culturally what, so I just decided to keep this question and answer. A lighter question. A second question. Did my theory of the evolution that began with 1,000 fat dead people and 50 when I developed the book of the terminology of the nuclei? Is it the same as it is now? Is the answer integrated once in stages or perhaps in some time? Stories between the first and second global Arabs. Basically, you feared the voice of the evolutionary after the second global. Master of modern sciences. Master of geology and embryology and others in genetic Andes. Atheation because I found new evidence as well. One of them began to be more important again than the 60s of the year. The 50s. And 60s, this meaning, my dears, in the article, International Arabic, in a volume of 25 pages, Midiano, dear ones, page Midiano, page, Thamiot, Athmiot, Thamiot says after he mentioned it, he says it was called ustoing to. At the beginning of the theory in Assad and Jur, the idea helped is that this development took place because of the general ideology that the main tenant can build lunch plots best the right to fucking that this new thing happened because of the Tifrat. And the changes are a surprise to the molecular structures responsible for the scientist of genetics and genetic endowments. The sciences of Maulana and Mununa came, perhaps a coincidence. He distinguished well between traditional or ancient Darwinism and modern Darwinism, which is biased to depict if you are struggling with a smart thing. I mean, these biased people have no answer for you. No, these people do not suspect that they will formulate the ancient ones. This is a problem in all the ants. You come to jurisprudence and you will find it one of the issues. It was the predecessors used it as evidence because of its confusion, but the issue is pure. If the evidence would not have been correct, our Lord. The evidence is correct, and they gave him another evidence from it in bankruptcy, in the same way, in knowledge. Such talk about the issue of Christian polytheism, whether or not it is an illustration that the polytheism that existed in the era of the Prophet is the same. Triangulation in our era. Peoder, and his slander, so that you know that you are the tail of those who form it. We have come to the vile polytheism that seeks against them, and does not want against them the condition of their continuation, and we are that you, while from God Almighty, defend the Islamic faith and defend the Quran. Likewise, from the souls of your souls, you have been spoiled by the arms of Dachin and your weapons, because they are new evidence, our Lord, and weapons. New, so the fall of the evidence does not mean the fall of what that is, the fall of the result and the term at all, as long as they are inseparable, as well as my condolences in the 10th volume. My condolences in the 10th volume, page 227. My condolences say that the findings of Darwin's theories are such and such, otherwise he says, which is often called what is called modern Darwinism. Paleontology means paleontology. Mulan is the science of paleontology, and he called paleontology. I knew John to bring back theories that contradict Darwin's theories about evolution, as I found. She demonstrated that is, Darwin's theory of the prayer of annihilation. I found the theories. What is an interview in which the fossils said, if you push this human into an upright man, he became an erect person 1,000,000 years ago. The mother of paleontology says he found a human being in Ethiopia. Mullen God is less erect, 4,000,000 and 4,000,000 years older than him. So the theory is correct. Vanity is vanity. I mean, imagine between the weapons, what is this? Our servant, unites them, just as they are in the most remote part. He seeks help from fossils, or the science of monotheism. This party is crazy, or intelligent design. This also expands. This is what we believe. Every person increases in knowledge. The Quran increases, and what light and splendor. Why? Because this Quran is one falsehood. If it is 70 falsehoods for all its time. What is their own falsehood? But we are only two evils. He has the famous Japhtha and the companions Jiftha, explaining to you the muscle of the famous and the companions and to you all. Hayani's dish. What was the Quran revealed to the companions? If it was revealed to their buttons, he baptized from the Muslim woman, a young woman from the rulers, to count her. The biting from the revelation of the Quran took the life of Mityan for a year and left Mityan for 1,000,000 years. Al-Kaj. No, the beginning of this Quran is 1,000,000 addressees. And no, O people, this is just the owners of his arrogance, usurpation, raging with violence. What's wrong with me? This is all that the light of knowledge has revealed, its brilliance, and see where it appears. You say it's strange, what's so great? What's the matter? Azaid bites, so the theory is not stopped, continuing with the questions of the third, what are the most important sciences that helped bring the theory of evolution back to life? I told you in the middle of the war, between the World War, had it not been for the 2 generations, had the sound not faded, this theory. Come with us to the Encyclopedia, Aleph al-Safiya al-Arabi, the first skin, page 270. Azaid says, for sciences contribute to the subject of evolution, For contemporary sciences contribute to supporting the theory of the evolution of nuclei. Life is a modern science that has begun to adapt this to the supernatural. With an endless number of positive tests, all of them started to hit him with what? Reconciliation of the theory pain of extinction. He referred us to the one who excavates the creatures buried in the bowels of the earth and finds fossilized documents that are fossils and reveals many types of plants and animals buried in the earth and gone from existence. Pain of fetuses. What is the pain of fetuses? Is a pain of fetuses? What is this pain of fetuses? A tatum. The Tatarists, especially the German scientist von Baer, dated 1067, are great and great. Most of the thousands of Samoans are eager to focus on the pain of fetuses to prove their theories, by saying, this is a stage that fetuses of different types go through. Animal stages are similar, so from the beginning, what are embryos? One of the reasons I find to be evolutionary inference is that there is a me, that there is a glimpse of another place that says that there is no similarity between our answers to the genes of various animals in their first stages. Namely, from the beginning of development, they begin to separate, they are distinguished. Otherwise, from the beginning of almost all embryos, they begin to be similar. These embryos and the stages of their universe represent, for them, the rechronicling of the lives of organisms by the law of restoration, as if it were that organisms began from a single cell and then continued to embryo. Are embryos called embryos for a period of time? According to the law of restoration, the stages that the fetus goes through during its development and the strengthening of the various organs tell the story of the development that the individual goes through in the evolutionary process of his ancestors in the 1,000,000,000 and 2,000,000,000 years, but the neighborhood of this hypothesis in terms of the new hypothesis is reasonable, but more. Another hypothesis is perhaps more plausible. Should we create one? Is the creator of one new? If we work in multiple forms, if he works in one form with the same purpose for us, and in everything amusement is a sign that indicates that it is one. Look at this. The sayings, look, my dear, this is the hypothesis of benefit. Lead me to the hypothesis. What do you have with him? If I touch you, what is your rooster? I will tell you. You are a hypothesis. What is it? I am a corresponding hypothesis. I will see which one is more capable of explaining all the sound of the window. This is a speech addressed to all the dear people who are listening. Eli and Kanf, think about my condolences. I all have a hypothesis and evidence for it. In the interview, I will meet. I will listen to the hypothesis of a reward. Here, listen to the hypothesis of the other hypothesis. And listen to the procedure to close the madness of yourself. Listen to what is Malika's hypothesis. If my condolences, Hi Malawam, the first one that helped with another question. What is another question? Let her have this question. I present the hypothesis. I issue your types on this one. Whichever one he has. I saw the clock a little while ago. Do you leave it? The important question for them is going. I am everywhere. They are like that. They are in the same place. I even see that she has this. Now a question has been deleted until I come to her. This question because it is more important than the bugs of the questions. A question. Look, what is the theory? It starts from here, they say, turn around, they say, let's start from now, the range is different from life. Oh, he says to you, oh, Adiab, he gives the money one day, from morning to night, Kaliji with Kalami Gigi, and if they move, I answer the letter Bak, the letter Al-Alif, Katab, a word that did not matter to them, his work is long, if he wants, he says to them, Mish, did you care about us, Maulana? Mayam, day. Is it because of course, but we are, God willing. In 2 times, and between us we are challenging them for 2 billion years, that it has been silent for 1 billion years, and billions of years will appear, yes, words will appear, yes, if my vision does not appear in the selection, we challenge you, a correct plate, and your difference between lining up, you will get a letter, and between lining up, you will get a complete theoretical plate. They are great in between if you say bye, and it is possible if all the time of sunshine except I lead all no Kushak Darswan after they fell into the result. I am talking with one party from the other side telling me maybe from the blind era that has no knowledge, no wisdom, no system that is all knowledge, wisdom and mastery, and so I say to Baba, I tell you, Yazai, what command, I say his mother, wake up, Sean, and the least of you, if he picks you, he will push you, but hey, this is Miguel, my dear, this grocer might say that it is a good day for me to eat. What comes to her shows us how to be less upset. My side, who is your side? If he is like a daffodil on the day we will talk to him, he will never say, I accept this system. Yes, it is a system, and it needs an actor, and it needs a manager, and it needs an organizer, but it is outside of it from within them, through the sanatorium and the risk. You want, and Dinwin is outside the system. This is what he told God willing in his suspicions. Day will stay. God will come. Let us be satisfied. He has not responded. Get out of the search. For someone dear. Listen to me, my dear. Now, there is a tree that has begun to afflict him. I am just getting sicker. Less land, lost land, stay in the picture to infer the existing perception that happened to some people. You will find, what is the matter with this? It started to come together when it started to come together, so it won't come together. Only one root comes out of it. It is natural conditions that appear in a farmland and natural conditions, weather disasters, and earthquakes. There is a place where a coffin emerges, and so on. So the tree appears on a stem and then it appears as a hook. Ha! Its leaves are thick, and its branches are in the sumac, and so it branches, and dozens of their trees are ceremonial. They are the Shan. Hebron began first and the Shan. We do not designate its embryos except the highest type in it, which is from it, which is the modern human. Here is the question. Do they have the same number as this question? I am after I ask the question. If you ask the question, you will see a Jinnah. This is in the chain. The lineage of this human being. I and you are modern in the chain. A ratio of Ka to Tahan with ape to the tonic. This means the evolution of pure cells. Lanchi exchanged Launcher, then he lost a monkey of the first type, a monkey of the second type, except that we have reached a monkey of the highest type to paradise. This is how a douche in Nassauer leaves them, and we do not rise to 4 Maggies. Then a cursed person. If they are depicted in his lineage, there is what a monkey, an African monkey, oh they have less skin with it. What is this? Money of billions of years says in the lineage, Malik, so it flies from its links. A monkey to this is a paradise within the circumstances. What is the transformation and development of Lan Chi? He became a human being. This is a shame. We will not see. They say that how can a human being become at all? This is standing in relation to the image of my relationship towards the other. He imitated, no, Asadaro. If this is not the case, and he does not say that he did not stay in any place, Al-Tafchili is saying that he is the door of this cell. One of the furs of this vomit made it end in a monkey's hook, one of the products of this creature, and the developments of a human's hook, so it is permissible in a place where we are close together, looking at it. He said. What is my accident? This is one of our ancestors. If our cousins are neither Dahi nor our origin is the same, and what is he in the baskets? Why should we make you laugh? Are Muslims saying with this theory, forget the reproach, why are we united? One unit, one consort, one unit. Likewise, be on the lookout for dozens of questions, rather, problems, or rigged. We told you that he does not understand the theoretical, middle of his generation, of course, people who work, no answer. I say, I memorized something and you missed some things. Yes, or that he is dead from the fact that he is in Silsilad Ajnad, we have made him, he is dead from all of this, the growth of, but it is intended that he is coming. Interpretation of the house, and that in my series is the tree of human lineage, and there is a response, and that the theoretical is managed, and he sought a saying that says that it is the origin, and that is why he called it. The origin is that it means I will be a point and we will create from it there to the one who says in my chain of embryos, here is a monkey that you will know a tale. The one who objected to us, a group of them, says that the Book of Atheists is our Lord in its class, 107 cubs. This is his phrase. It says, and one exponent, something similar to this happened from the selection of no, so that we would move from the Tazamim specific to mammals to Tazim such and such, and our ancestors from the tick before the appearance of women, so the tick is our Lord in two genealogies. The human tree had never before had great success or had a large population and was there so that a tick could try to reach a human such as to descend from the tops of cigarettes, the erect position, some of the adults in the size of mg, the increase in the habits of eating meat, and independence. Another to his supporters. We brought him back through a laxative or tens of laxatives. Hundreds of laxatives took him out. Man became unable to support us with this idea. Read, the Global Encyclopedia, Volume 10. Volume and morality is actually a human being. I thought you were more harmful than Alan. Some people from the psychological dimension tried to say, Mulan, and say, between me and God, we are a proliferation of Nasser. Mulan is one of the first siblings of Mulan's sisters. So, from the permissible, Mulan has become a multiplier. If from the forbidden, Mulan said, in the chest or the genus, and that is why my nature will be, knocking on the door. And between me and God, we have been well, and the permissible and the forbidden have a limit. Legal rulings. My fear is a society. I will take everything permissible and the insanity will come together. The husband of temptation and no sisters are permissible for you, so it is also a crazy time because it is permissible. No, you are the income. I support the third generation. I support the third party. I do not support the third generation. He will come like an elephant of Sarail. He will come to the master of the Sabswari. My vision has become a problem. I have decided to find out for you the best way to solve it. This is a decree. Where did we come from? Two races from our veins. We will produce all the genes of the crazy. It is permissible for you. The eradication of Halal al-Salman will come at the right time. He will come. He will say, our creation was, as it is said, Adam and Eve. An issue that launched an issue in the fall. I mean, God created Adam and emptied in roar. He created the horns of Eve and created this for Adam's husband. Ramzi Molani decided that Abada created us. He was a penguin that pecked for us. They executed her and there was no problem between me and God. It was also what was included in the theory of buoyancy. What is the problem if they counted you? Say despicable people. Can Abayad, the story of creation, connects myth and reality and proves that this readership exists now. It is a story in the same way as this is 100% Israel for me, and it must be a phrase, and this is why a difference of opinion goes away. We say to the unbeliever, you disagree with the sound of the Quran when the reciters are cultivated, and the Quran must be fair to a very knowledgeable scholar who patiently wrote about a great scholar, Maulani, translator, tester, the most beautiful Quran, the Mamal Abdullah Daraz Maulani. Yes, I will be one of the top investigators, Calais, when Masroun, Abd Sabor, Shuni Mun Sanadu, and everyone decides with my knowledge and the virtue of this. Al-Mutalib Mashama Abdullah Daraz Fidi al-Surah al-Quran is the translation. Al-Tafjan says whoever told you that he is the foundation of human beings God created and centuries and millions of years passed over him until human beings flew away. Sean the humans are covered with a trowel for all of them, a trowel for her, a trowel for her, a trowel for her, a trowel for her. The Quran says, indeed, I am the creator of human beings. Humans, if our stage is separated, I am a human being, and I see humanity, so if I rush and hypocrisy in it, I fly and fall, and then a non-human human being, then human beings are around the widest circle, and humanity is circling around, looking at each other. We are now forgetting our fathers because of the vulgarity of human beings from them, not with our arms, so we are angrily staring at the bare bones. A stage has occurred in it. Did he look? The saying is healthy. I say reprehensible. However, I am healthy, a revolving world. As much as I am telling you, a hypothetical theory. The task of the mission is hypothetical. It says that its door is a mythical issue. Or I hear people. A symbolic Genoese procession. This is symbolic. As I am tired of it, and the angels prostrate to Adam, I have no doubt. It is a situational symbolic issue of Geno. O God, gather in Milana as Salon. Adam stopped at the doorsteps of Jawara. He did not stop. He did not stop. He did not stop. This Salon is not ports. The hands of billions of angels are enough and we stop Mulan Hasusa on a grateful world and the approval of Saifa for the work. This is rewarding, and the bodies are for them, and the bodies are bodies, and the nice is in the satisfaction of Makal, and the pleasing of the place pleases the place, so what is intended is to raise her heart, all of them with distinction. Praise be to God, Lord of the world.